All right, Guardians, we are back here. And no matter what you hear, I am not glitching. This is Blood, Sweat, and Beers, your Dallas Bear Guardians podcast. On this episode, we're going to cover soccer in its entirety, men and women across the league. We're going to shout out to MUSA. I want to say in advance goodbye because at this rate, he won't be here for much longer. So with the Hattrick King, Trinity tie in DC, NWSL kicks off its beginning, and much more as on this episode, 52nd episode of Blood, Sweat, and Beers. All right, gentlemen. How was your weekend? What's on your mind?
Lots of draws. Double draw episode.
Really, honestly, I don't know. At least the Dallas one was fun.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll get back. Once we get to the MLS scores, we'll see that MLS has gone back to defense optional with some of these scores that I saw this weekend.
Honestly, though, holy cow!
Yeah. Both,
you look down and all of a sudden there's 3 goals from 10 minutes ago. What?
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna jump off like we always do. We finally got the upgraded graphics.
No, get rid of this. Go back to the old one.
Yes, we are at Dallas Guardians on everything.
We ruin the bit, Scott.
Yeah, we appreciate everyone's support. Shout out to Scott for finally getting back. He made sure to message me privately to be like, "Hey, use this one." But
no, no.
What a class act. What a class act.
No, it's pretty awesome. But yeah, so we are on everything, including Blue Sky. If we can get some numbers there as well, that'd be a nice transition for us. Reddit is getting some traffic as well, so we appreciate everyone. If you could follow us at Dallas Guardians, goodness gracious, we really would appreciate it. Also, give this video a like, share, and a follow if you would, please. I appreciate that. I won't even get into the hype button. I don't know what YouTube is doing with that nonsense, but whatever. We'll just keep it moving.
Go say something mean in the comments. That's still interaction.
I don't.
Yeah, please come curse me out. That's fine too.
Come for Dennis.
Yeah,
he reads all the comments.
I'm here.
All right, gentlemen. Where do we want to jump in at? Do we want to jump in with the Hattrick thing?
I think so. Hattrick hero.
Record of the day.
All right. So
record of the day might be the place to start.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's team of the week. Apparently, they
record of the day, Marcus. Record of the day.
Oh my goodness.
It's all good, man.
Of the day, Marcus.
It's all good.
Record of the day.
No, we're not doing that anymore. Anyways, physical media of the day. I need to change this banner.
All right.
For all the late night TV connoisseurs, I know y'all would love this. This is going to be Inner Circle, Bad Boys album, and
I thought you were about to throw out like the Welcome Back Kotter soundtrack or something.
Yes, this is Bad Boys Inner Circle, and we know the song from the Cops TV show, Bad Boys, Bad Boys. They've been eating off that for the last 20 odd years. So on behalf of a grateful nation of Jamaica, we appreciate you. Even though that show was a bunch of bullshit, but we'll keep it past that. So yes,
propaganda.
Yeah, the best version of Cops is 911. So
yes, indeed. All right, Dennis, you're up next.
I couldn't remember if I brought this one out or not. I may have. Hubert, you might remember if I did, but I'm bringing this out again today. If I did, this is the Walker Roaders. This is their self-titled. This was self-titled. Yeah, this was their first album. If you're not familiar with the Walker Roaders, they are a Irish folk rock supergroup made up by members of some of the greatest Irish bands of the 20th century. And the reason I bring this up today is because this is going to be releasing, I believe, on the 17th, St. Patrick's Day, and the Walker Roaders will be dropping a new album that's coming out tomorrow as well.
Oh, sick. I didn't know that.
Go check that out and check them out. They are, they're, like I said, a super group. They're made up of a bunch of other, members of the Pogues and a few other Irish groups, but they're a small time act and they still play bars in LA and small clubs in LA. So go check out and support the Walker Roaders if you're into that kind of music.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess it's my turn then.
Yes, sir.
I went with a comic book today. I don't know how many you people are comic book folks, but this is my favorite version of Superman. It's All-Star Superman.
Bring that closer. There we go. Yeah.
There you go. It's All-Star Superman. It's Grant Morrison, so you know it's going to be good. But it's a slightly different take on the Man of Steel. A bit more human, a bit more emotional isn't the word, but like his attachment to his friends and family and all that really come through in this. And he's not just like the indestructible Man of Steel. He's got some vulnerabilities and in a good way. So if you want a nice, fun take on All-Star Superman, one that I thought was, or at least was hoping that would have made it into the movies by now, All-Star Superman. It was a 12-issue series. You can get the whole thing in one now, though. So enjoy if you're a comic.
Badass. We got a CD, a comic book, and a vinyl. Love it. Physical media of the day, or keeps rolling on. All right.
Hattrick time, right?
I'll tip my cap to that. Let's go.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, well, we appreciate. Shout out to the Superman comic books. I'm just kidding. That's going to be a thing now that you guys pointed it out. All right, so that was our physical media.
Oh, good. Sorry. For everyone listening to this right now, we were talking about how we said shout out way too much last episode specifically. So
yeah.
Shout out to us for
anytime you hear
recognizing
shout out today, we're going to be thinking about it.
Yeah.
New game. Take a drink every time we say shout out.
Yeah. It could be worse. I could see like other podcasts where they say like entirely too much.
Oh my God.
Like,
yeah. True.
Anywho. All right. So we're going to jump in. FC Dallas 3, one of the best teams in the league 3. We're going to go with that. Looking at our beginning of the, why is the banner still up here? This is not.
I don't know, Marcus. You're the producer here.
To be fair, he's producing live. All right. It's a little different.
I am. We'll do it live.
So you got post magic you can play with later. Don't worry.
There we go.
There we go. FCD stock. San Diego 3, FC Dallas 3 at home. It was a hell of a game.
If anything, if you take anything away, it was fun.
Yes.
Atmosphere was a vibe in the supporter section, man. That was the most fun I've had there, quite possibly in my entire tenure here.
Right.
It was a lot of fun. It was a great scene. Crowd was into it. We were all into it. Those poor referees, and I'm not that I'm simping for the refs at all, because it was I don't think a great game either way in favor of the referees. Yeah, 3 penalties. I don't know, offside flag that just wouldn't stay down. I don't know if she had some pills for that, some gas station pills for that flag, but that flag would not stay down. It was just something she might need to call her doctor about this week. Lasted more than 3.5 hours, so it's one of those kinds of problems.
Yeah. How'd y'all feel?
Nobody's gonna even talk about my joke. Okay, cool. Keep rolling.
I laughed.
Yeah.
How'd you guys feel about this formation?
Blue Chew is the new one.
Can we get a Blue Chew sponsorship? That's what I'm trying to work at here.
I mean, everybody else on YouTube has one.
That's what I'm saying. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So quick rundown, and then I'm gonna let you guys run.
Sure.
The moose is loose, as we say. It was a great performance by him. There was some regression on some of the players. Bernie, I think, went back to the mean, I guess, or went back to average.
Bernie giveth and Bernie taketh away.
Yeah. Although he did provide that run, the second or the third goal was an absolute great run.
That was insane. He beat 3 players for that.
Yeah, and I hope. He looked kind of upset that Moose, I think, took the ball off his foot, but whatever, goal scorers are going to goal score. But he needs to realize that that's what they're paying him for. That's why he keeps getting chances. You need to attack the defender. Too often he gets the ball, he tries to nutmeg them, or he passes the ball backward. It's like, no, do what you're good at. You have speed, you have some level of skill. We expect you to attack. Johansson, I'm not really seeing. Maybe it's because he's not being asked to go forward as much. I'm not seeing the quality I expected there. Valiente is, to be honest, for the second game in a row, I forgot he started. It took me a minute to be like, oh, wait, 21. Is he not playing in the right position? I don't know what it is. Norris, Buzz said that he was happy with that performance. I don't see it myself, but that's just me. Now, I will say, if I'm Oz, I immediately go into the front office and ask for a raise, because if these are the people you have behind me, you need to pay me more. But yeah, that was my thoughts on that. Obviously, it's bittersweet seeing Moose go off like this. He's now co-leader at the top of the board. Now we're only like 3 weeks in, or 4 weeks in. But
MLS leading goal scorer right now. And he is also now number 2 on the all-time FC Dallas goal scoring list. Broader conversation that I would love to talk about at some point when we've got a little bit more time and not so many games and limited window here to cover. But MUSA is very, very quickly creeping up the conversation of the best to ever wear the FC Dallas shirt. I don't know if he is right now.
Not even close. No.
Not even close? You don't think he's in the conversation?
For the audience here, for the old FC Dallas fans who've been around for a while, I will apologize on Dennis's behalf. He's relatively new here. We've had some absolute world beaters where
I'm not saying he is the best. I'm saying he is one of the best, and he should be in the conversation right now with the performance that he's had over the past season and a half. But we'll reserve that for a week when we've got a little more time.
I'll give my quick take and then we'll move on from it. But it's I think it's easy to fall into recency bias, although I think he's in the conversation.
Yeah. Think about it this way, though. I will give him credit in this aspect. The fact that he's already top 5 or top 10 goal scorers for us is a problem. It means that
top
we don't
two,
have
my friend. Top 2.
I know, but that's what I mean. That says that we didn't have that many people. Jason Christ, the Ferreiras, father and son, and him. That's
Jeff
like
Cunningham, Kenny Cooper, Dominic Oduro. There's plenty more.
Yeah. I mean, Kenny was good. Kenny wasn't a world beater. So that was
No, Kenny was just a Houston beater, which is all we really needed.
All we really need
care about for sure.
Showed up.
But Dennis.
But yeah,
Dennis. Or Huber, who wants to go first? What are your thoughts on the lineup? I mean, I think they basically ran out the exact same people with the exception of Norris for this game.
The formation was slightly different, which I thought was interesting.
This is not nearly the formation they actually rolled out.
Yeah, this is fair enough. Once you actually put them on the field, it can be a bit different too.
The wingbacks were swapped to start, and then they swapped about a third of the way through the game.
Yeah, I thought overall what I'm seeing with Valiente is still positive. I think it's a chemistry issue still. There's these moments of magic where him and MUSA connect super well. But there's only a handful of them. I think those will come up. I still think he's got the quickest reaction time on the field. I think he gets to balls quicker than anyone else does. But again, that takes time and chemistry for it to become effective. So if that doesn't come up, then, it's not great. If it keeps building, great. I thought Kaique had a pretty solid game. I really enjoyed watching him this time. I don't know. Maybe he just felt more comfortable with Ramiro at the side or something. I thought Shaq Moore was fantastic this game. I thought he picked up a lot of the weight from Oz being gone. I don't think Ibby had a bad game, but I don't expect anything exceptional to happen, right? As far as Norris is concerned, I thought he had a solid game. I don't know that he did anything special. I also think he definitely didn't lose the job, the starting position. Bernie, same thing that Marcus was saying. He giveth, he taketh away. I think Dennis said it was cool to see him when he popped off, when he felt like he was working on pure instinct, but man, he still sketches me out. I think the Johansson penalty that was given up was unfortunate. I think it's a good call. I think it's an honest mistake, and he just got beat and his foot came in late. I think that happens. Go back to Norris real quick. Bummer that he got that the ball went in off him. Glad it didn't count as an own goal. As a person that played defense, those just happen. Yeah. I don't know. I thought the team overall looked fine. If anything, you could see some promise.
Look, temper this with the fact that we once again are up against one of the best teams in the league, probably the best team in the West, right? This has been a tough run of games, and
brutal.
If you look at the last 3 games, I'm not even going to count the opener, right? I'm just going to look at the last 3 games. I'm going to look at Nashville, LA, San Diego. 1 an inch to the right, an inch to the left, a few centimeters high, a few centimeters low. All 3 of those games can go very differently, right? Those were all very, very close games, all games that were decided by really 1 or 2 instances, right? 1 or 2 minutes.
That's why we love the game.
Right. And sometimes they break our way, sometimes they don't. Right now they haven't broken our way. We've been able to salvage 2 points from the last 3. Not great, but in the context of the overall league and the season, I think it's something to build off of. I want to win at home. Not excusing home draws, not excusing road losses, but again, best clubs in the league that we are up against, and clubs that are also playing in continental tournaments. Right? These are not clubs to sneeze at. Right? Anders Dreyer, who we didn't see this week, is
Thank God.
What was another Golden Boot contender last year and will be again this year. This is, these clubs are playing really, really competitive football, and we're right up there with them. And a couple things just break our way, things go a little bit different. On the Nolan Norris subject, I think he had a great game. I don't think he lost the spot. I think he should definitely be getting some more minutes, if not another start. I'd love to see him be part of that rotation. These guys are going to need rest as the season goes on. Ibiaga's like my age, so he's going to need some. He's like 3 years.
Maybe we love you. We do.
No, it's all love, but it's it's about to be the summertime. It's about to be really warm, so we're going to need to start rotating bodies in, and Norris is a great piece to add to that contingent. Obviously, Osaze being here is a heartbreaker. Him not being here this week, could have made the difference. I don't think either wingback had an exceptional game. Johansson's probably worst game of the season so far. Not that it was terrible, but probably the worst of his 4 starts so far. And I think some of that has to do with the inverted wingback that Quill backed out of early in the game. Bernie did not have a great game, but he had that assist and ran through 3 or 4 guys to make that assist in late minutes. Does Bernie turn into a super sub? I don't know. Do we really have a left wing back to take his place? I don't think so.
Yeah, that was some highlight reel stuff, man. That was
right.
Wow.
I will say I think my lowest performer and Kayik too as well. Kayik had a great game, and he was playing.
Feels to me like he's matured over the last few games.
And it feels like he's been playing a little bit more of a 10 role. He's been a little bit more of a facilitator.
He's taking volleys and stuff. Like, that's been fun.
Right. He's becoming a little bit more of a facilitator. He's really starting to come into his own. I think he needs to still settle down a little bit. But he's got energy, and he plays with it, and I like to see it. And I'd love to see Kayik to Sarver a few times this season too. That might be fun to watch. Like, those guys might just go off the wall a little bit. But I think my worst performer on this team, and not that I think he had a terrible game, but Ramiro's performance was not great for me. His body language wasn't great. He was running at the defense a lot and just trying to run through without just not the defense you run through. San Diego is not the back line you can just run through and just manhandle, especially for a little guy like Ramiro, right? So I think he was
unless you're our number 9 Musa, and then you can just manhandle.
Well, Musa's like 2 Ramiros. Musa's like 3 Ramiros in a trench coat. Okay,
fair enough. So before we get to
awesome.
we gotta run through some stuff today because Dennis got another hard out.
Man, some of us have a job.
Can't relate.
I know, right? We got to pay bills. It's really weird. So let's cover penalties. There were 3 of them. Yes or no to all of them, I think.
So start with the first one. By rule, yes, handball. That was called to the letter of the law. It's a stupid fucking rule the way it's written, though. The handball rule in the box for penalties is just it's poorly written, and it needs to be reworked.
While I get what you're saying, they've made it very clear that if you're in that position, they're calling it. The defender's arm should never be in that position.
Sure, but
don't blame
when his arm is already out like this, and you just kick it at his arm like that. I don't know. It's cheap. It's cheap. It's to the letter of the law. But
the guy didn't.
I don't agree with the rule.
Purpose. I'll say that. But
I just don't agree with the rule.
Yeah, I think your defender has to know better, though.
Yeah,
sure.
Don't blame us. Blame the Argentinians and the hand of God. They kept getting away with that shit for too long. So now we have to make that rule. Still one of the greatest goals.
You are not allowed.
Johansson's obviously, right?
Johansson's obviously, yeah. I mean, and I think Osaze's there. That goes completely differently because Johansson's not in the back line. He's not dead center of the box.
It's a desperation running back to save it. And you missed. Yeah, obvious one.
Okay, and then the one that we got a yes as well.
I'm trying to remember it. I remember agreeing with it when I watched the replay, but I don't remember what it looked like.
It was Bernie. Bernie was doing what he was doing. He was attacking. The defender was.
Oh yeah, he got tackled, right?
Yeah.
Bernie was essentially the reason for all 3 penalties. And the last goal. And the
was the handball off Bernie? I thought that was Shaq.
I thought it was Shaq. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was Shaq.
Bernie. Was it
No,
Shaq or Bernie? I don't know.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, Bernie would have been.
It was on that side though. It was on the side of Shaq and Bernie. So I think it was off Shaq
Before the switch.
It was Bernie's man to beat.
Got you. All right. Well, who do we play next?
Houston,
Dallas.
Texas Derby, baby.
Fuck Houston.
Yeah, look. If we get to the 3 weeks from now or 3 games from now, whatever, and we're still talking about like I salvaged a point at home, I'll be more worried. But having the ties and the results we have had so far, I'm kind of okay with it against those teams. But we've got Houston, DC, St. Louis, LA, Minnesota all coming up.
Those should all be teams we can pick up points off of, with the exception of maybe Minnesota with James now. He just got on, so we'll see what he looks like in a few weeks. But
I don't know. Minnesota, I still think is there for the taking. One player doesn't change that team, and he's not that superstar.
No, he's not that superstar, but he might be able to pull that team together. But who knows? It's James, right? Like he never plays club well, right? He's a superhero for he's a superhero for Colombia, but he's never had a great club career. So
sure,
they got to pull 2 statues of him in Colombia.
But we got to be pulling some points out of these ones, man. If I could see us go 5 out of 5 here, and I don't think it's unreasonable to believe we can.
More importantly, there's more than just 3 points on the line this week. There is this is the first of the El Capitan Texas Derby matchups, and I want my fucking cannon back, Quill.
I want my cannon back.
I'm just saying, I want my fucking cannon back.
All right.
It's also the first Copa Tejas match of the season.
For sure. Yeah. And with the fact that we're shutting down in the middle, the next one is not till like August. So
yeah,
right.
Well, our next Houston is not at home. It's not till that kind of messed up my whole summer travel schedule.
I know it's weird.
I guess we get used to that because starting next summer, that's how it's going to be. We won't have anything to do during the summer.
Be traveling for leisure, not just to get my heart broken.
well, on the subject of traveling and Copa Tejas, the Austin game in August at Austin has been moved to Sunday night soccer. So that's going to be a fun one.
I'm not thrilled about that.
Suck. It's going to suck coming home. I might just take Monday off and stay in Austin and drive home Monday. That might be the plan.
Yeah, that's one that definitely favors the home team.
Yeah, but we're going to have to wrangle up some bodies and we got to get down there. So show up, show out, and do your thing. Yeah. But let's get through this week. Before we move on from this, let's make sure everybody knows we will be tailgating for this one this week. Big old party in the red lot per usual. And we're going to have a lot of fun. And we're going to yell fuck Houston every time we do a shot, like we always do.
How do y'all feeling about the Houston game?
Crush the orange.
Crush the orange for sure.
Okay.
I want it all.
I think we can win this one.
No, for sure. We should.
Especially if Oz is around.
Houston won on a game on a late goal to win it this week too. So they
against Portland, right?
Yep. They skated out with a late goal to seal 3 points. So
remember,
they're coming in on a little bit of a high too,
and their fans know it. So they're not surprised to have lost.
I mean, you didn't need the at Texas qualifier.
All
right.
They just suck in Texas, man.
we're gonna look at MLS results, but before we go, lineup changes. Do we stay the same? I guess if Oz is healthy, he's back, right?
That's the big one.
Besides that,
I think you rolled Norris out again. I don't think he did enough to lose the job.
If you play Morris, who else leaves?
I think you rest Shaq. I think, and you rest Shaq, and you could pull in Shaq off the bench to. I mean, you could even try Shaq out at left wing back, or you can try Shaq out at right wing back and move Johansson back to the left if you want to take Bernie off. Depends upon you want to go more defensive or more offensive here. But Osaze's back in if he's healthy, and I think Shaq is the guy that comes off this week as a rotational, not a Shaq had a bad game.
But Shaq was all over the field game, like had to be. Yeah,
right.
He was the recovery. Yeah.
Right, and I also want to see Farrington back in too. I don't know where he fits with what Quill's trying to do right now, but I think that 1-2 punch of Farrington and MUSA really needs to continue. But you got to work in Valiente here somewhere, and there's only so many spots on the field.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on if Quill wants to run 2 up front or 1 up front. I don't think Logan has produced enough to force him onto the field.
I mean, we can take Kaika if we want to keep Valentina out, but. All right, so we're going to move.
One more thing. I bet Ramiro comes out because he ran a lot that game.
Possible. Very possible.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. All right. Results this weekend. So earlier I mentioned the fact that MLS is going back to its roots of defense optional.
Yeah, apparently. Jeez.
We have the
New England
Revs
putting up a
putting an
football score
absolute-
there.
They're putting a belt to ass on FC Cincinnati. Vancouver, I still think Vancouver is going to run the West again this year, but whether or not they can translate that to an MLS Cup, which would be hilarious if they win the MLS Cup and then next year they don't have a stadium in Vancouver to play in, but that would just be
so
very
MLS.
The Las Vegas Whitecaps,
Would be
ladies and
so
gentlemen.
MLS.
for sure. Yeah, LAFC doing what they think. St. Louis apparently sucks, so maybe Krause or whatever that guy is wasn't the problem.
St. Louis is garbage.
Yeah, he's banging in goals in a Galaxy, so maybe he wasn't the issue.
Philly falling off too, losing 3-1 to Atlanta.
Look, if I'm being honest, I never thought Klaus was the issue. I thought his attitude after the fact was a problem, though.
And as usual, anyone who watches soccer anywhere in the world, you get that manager bounce. Orlando got a dub.
Classic.
Right so
Classic.
It happens. It happens everywhere in the world. No matter if you watch soccer anywhere.
To be fair, it is Montreal.
Yeah, I mean Montreal's terrible.
But also, yeah, the manager bounce is real.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But all right, so yes, this is how it stands as of right now. They're at 9th, which is pretty much where I expect them to stay most of the season, but we shall see
I can see
how that turns out. I mean, if MUSA keeps doing what he's doing and we get some help from Farrington, because right now, let's see, how many goals for?
We've got a goal differential of 2.
Yeah, we're right at 0, I thought.
Goal differential of 0. Meanwhile, Vancouver's got a goal differential of 13. That's what.
No. What I'm trying to say is we're 5 weeks in, and I think Musa is the only person who scored. So
no,
you might be right.
No,
who else scored?
We scored 3 goals in the opener, and he only has 5 goals.
Who scored in the first 2 games?
Who scored? Did Farrington get one in?
It might have been Logan. No. I'm not sure.
I don't think Logan has one.
Let's look it up. Hang on.
Yeah. While we research that.
Yeah. Hang on. I was like, I know there was another one. I just don't remember who it was. Let's see.
Yeah, but
it was Logan. It was Logan.
That's what I think Farrington got one in the opener. Yes, because you remember the tradition. If he comes to 24, he scores. You mentioned
that's
that.
right.
That's right. Dennis, you were so proud of it.
I know it's been so many. It's been like a month, and I've already forgotten everything.
Did anybody watch the Cincinnati game? Because
I saw highlights.
We all still think that Cincinnati's a contender. What happened there?
I saw highlights. New England absolutely went off, and they went off late too. It was crazy. Like I think 3 of those goals were in the last 10 minutes. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they shut off. It does happen. But I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. Wild. Just a weird result to see. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, Vancouver doing that to Minnesota was not very surprising. Without St. Cloud saving their ass, Minnesota is a mediocre team.
Yeah, on top of all the losses this offseason.
St. Clair?
It's going to be a rough one for Minnesota.
St. Cloud is the city in Minnesota. St. Clair was their keeper.
We love the Rebel Loons, though. All right.
Did I say St. Clair?
Hell yeah.
Did I say St. Cloud?
Okay. Yeah, you said St. Cloud.
Who cares?
Never mind. Shout out to my former home, Eden Prairie, Minnesota. It was great visiting. I need to go back. I think my high school, my 15th is coming. God, I'm getting old. Anyways,
and they got 2 feet of snow this week. So, yeah.
Yeah, winter warnings. Part of Texas or part of Oklahoma got snow.
And y'all are in a freeze warning
snow in a while. Yeah, it is. It's crazy. All right, so we're gonna go south to the Cotton Bowl. Here we go. Get the right banner up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got a 1-1. This is basically
Cotton Bowl.
This is basically Dennis's segment. I actually forgot this game was on.
I'm cool with it.
I forgot this game was on. I ended up watching highlights. We got a tie on the road, and we'll take it. But then it's take this away. Apparently, we have a new signing and some more Trinity.
Yeah, so we'll cover the game first, real quick. Weekend evening game, hard to do, especially on a short turnaround. This game was actually moved back a day originally because this was at DC at Audi Field, which needed to be used on Wednesday night for. The game was on Thursday. It was originally scheduled for Friday. Friday, Audi Field was being used for the NWSL opener for the Dallas Trinity's first squad, otherwise known as Washington Spirit. This was a good one, though. This was a lot of fun, and they were able to get it done. Not get it done, but they were able to get a point out of this. 3 would have been better, but Bethany Boss opens her account for the season off of a set piece headed in goal off of Lexi Missimo, who gets her first assist of the season. So they unfortunately gave up a goal early and battled back at the end of the first half, and that was really it. I don't think this was an incredible game to write home about, but they got it. They got the point, and they were able to sneak it in.
Kind of felt like an away game,
Yeah, it was a short week away game. That Lexington match was rescheduled from earlier in the month, so this was a shortening the schedule that they weren't expecting, and they just rolled into it, right? But they got the point on the road. It would have been I've got the quote here from McCamey. I'm glad I can come up in the places my team needed me. It's not 3 points, but we'll take this one on the road, and I think that's the feeling, right? They're in third place. They are 2 points behind Lexington, who they play Wednesday night this week. So another midweek game at the Cotton Bowl. And the breaking news that I broke on Friday and was just officially announced about 90 minutes ago. Dallas Trinity have signed a defender, Sydney Cheeseman, of the LSU Tigers. So
shout out to I'm going to do this because Dennis isn't going to be as petty as I am, but shout out to the Redditor who said, these are all nothing burgers.
Thank you. If you don't know who Sydney Cheeseman is, she played 2 years at University of North Carolina, go Heels, and then she played her final 2 years of college at LSU, where she logged a team-high 1,665 minutes over 2 seasons, all SEC honors, and helped LSU to its first ever Sweet 16 appearance. She finished college career with 44 appearances, 43 starts, 3,557 minutes across 2 seasons with the Tigers. She has a long ball specialist. She's got a great distribution out of the back from the videos I've seen. There's a highlight that I've been sharing around from her LSU game where she scored from like 45 yards out, which is a banger of a goal. She was also just called up to the latest U23 camp where she played alongside Leslie Missimo. And for those of you who are not familiar with the U.S. national team on the women's side, the U23 camp is basically what they use to try and judge who's going to be playing next year. So if you're on the U23 roster, you're basically getting a look for the first team squad over the next year. So we've got 2 of them here in Dallas that might be playing with the first team at some point. And Women's World Cup coming up in a year. So a lot of interesting things taking place here. Hubert, anything you want to add on that before we look forward to the next game?
Yeah, no, I honestly, for me, I'm mostly looking forward now because I haven't been to a home game since December because I was sick for our last league match at home. So yeah, I'm ready to move on to pups at the pitch.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I think this is going to be a good one. This is a big one, right? This is what they call.
Look, we control our destiny right now, as far as I'm concerned, man.
Absolutely. If they win this, they're 4 points off the lead, 5 points off the lead. Hold on, I wrote it down somewhere. Where are my notes? I don't know. I've got paperwork everywhere. My desk is a mess. But
it's
okay, yeah. So thank you. So yeah, if they win this, they'll be 4 back from the leaders. So 5 back from the leaders. Sporting Jacks is in the lead and running away with it, but they're not catchable. They're not catchable, right? Second place is a great place to finish in this league. That's a home playoff. That's a home playoff game.
That's my goal. I want a home playoff game. Let's go.
That's a home playoff game, which I think the Cotton Bowl deserves. I think the Unstable and the Trinity faithful absolutely deserve a home playoff game the way they showed up and showed out this year. But this is a big one, right? You can jump ahead of Lexington here, and or you can fall behind and. I think obviously the worst thing here is a loss because now you're 5 back from everybody. And then maybe even falling out of 4th place if Carolina gets a result this weekend. So that's not something you really want to do. You need 3 points.
It's a legitimate title race. Enjoy it.
Right. Curious to see if Winnie Bellata's back this week. And I would love to see if Cheeseman gets some minutes, but we'll see how that goes. Lexington does have Amina Ekic back, which she was not around for the last one. She scored, I think, 2 or 3 goals for Bosnia-Herzegovina in a World Cup qualifier while she was out on international duty. And Ali Pantuso, back-to-back team of the month. So
yeah, that's Speaking about, I mean, hey, turns out you're at the top of the rankings when you get back-to-back players of the month. So
right, you know, and Catherine Barry, who is the number 2 scorer right now, she's got 8 to Ashlyn Puerto. Sporting Jacks, I think, has 11 or 12, but Catherine Barry has 8 right now, 8 or 9. She's number 2 in the league, and she hasn't had really much impact in the last 2 games at all. She was completely shut out, no shots on target when we played them 10 days ago. And she was relatively quiet in Jacksonville match where she came off in the 81st this past week too. So, you know, holding out the second scorer in the league for 3 games in a row is a tough challenge, and we'll see if they're up to it.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I feel good about this squad. We're still building chemistry with the new signings, and I think things are tilting in the right direction. Let's hope it clicks at the right time, though. And we all know how important it is if you get hot going into playoffs too. So.
Yeah, it's right time, right pieces in place.
Maybe we'll Seattle our way into this.
But you know what? I just want to add one other bit here, because you look around the rest of the league. Jacksonville has added some firepower. Lexington has made some moves, but really, I mean, Trinity is just bringing in bodies, right? They're bringing in some high quality firepower. They're bringing in defensive firepower. They're bringing in resources. So I think between Petrocelli, between Thackeray and the Neals, there is a want to win here. There is an ambition from this club that maybe we don't see around the rest of the Metroplex and we're not used to here. But there is an ambition to go out and win games and win this league right now.
I think that the Neals are probably seeing the numbers of attendance and go, listen, we win, butts will fill the seats.
Yes.
I think that's the hope. So let's see it happen. Moreover, just shout out to the Unstabled. Shout out.
Yep. Shout out. No, take a drink.
We'll be tailgating before the game, I believe around 4:30. Come on out to the Cotton Bowl and enjoy the match. Cheer on the Golden Girls.
That is Wednesday evening. That is a 7 p.m. kickoff at the Cotton Bowl.
It's 7:30, I believe.
If it's 7:30,
yeah, it's 7:30 kickoff.
You are right.
According to the website.
You are absolutely right. It is a 7:30 kickoff.
I double checked them all now after Fought Mob lied to me last week.
Don't use Fought Mob, use SofaScore.
And by the way, listen, Fought Mob's a way better app, but they're not great at following the Super League. They had the original Friday kickoff time this week, and they never changed it to Thursday. And then when the game time rolled around for Friday, they still did it as if it was happening live. It was embarrassing.
That's not great. It took them, I think, till the second week for them to add Jacksonville and Brooklyn's USL Championship logos to the Google.
Yeah.
Which is weird because the teams already existed for at least a year. So it was like, why?
I don't know if the Super League just doesn't get their stuff out to that kind of stuff. I don't know what it is. Or maybe people are just not paying attention to this league. I don't know.
No. The league has to submit it. The league just didn't submit it.
That sucks.
I say this not because they have a paid partnership with Trinity. SofaScore is getting the updates from the teams much more realistically live, although they still don't have players' correct names. I think they still have Bethany Boz listed as Bowser.
Yeah, let me reemphasize or explain what I said. I think Fought Mob's just a better designed app. I'm not saying that they are better than SofaScore. I just think the app's better.
Yes, indeed. But also, it might be a good thing that they don't update to their legal married name, because if certain people have their way, apparently you'll only be able to vote if the name on your birth certificate is your voter registration, which means if you ever get married as a woman, you can't vote in this country. Anyway, we're gonna move on.
Nice save. Let's act and go on.
Yeah,
you've got me for about 10 minutes. Let's rock and roll. What else we got on the docket?
That was a call to action for everyone. All right, so we're gonna move diagonally, or let's call it
laterally.
Well, I'm more diagonal because they're not quite equal. We're
gonna go right and then like a half step back.
There you go. The opening weekend for NWSL. Sorry.
What a great picture. Sorry, I haven't seen.
I know. Anyone catch a game this week, or what?
I'm sure Dennis
caught several.
Yeah.
Okay.
I caught several.
Dennis will have.
Yeah.
As the resident WOSO expert here, apparently, I did watch the opener.
Expert?
I don't know. Fan.
wait, what expert? Do you say WOSO?
WOSO? Yeah, that's what the kids call women's soccer on the internet.
Wow.
So.
That's the
Cool.
Oh, that's
abbreviation.
true.
Well, so
That's true. They have been trying to do that. It's kind of like Harlem is now what they call it? Where Bill Clinton's library is.
why are you trying to upset me, Marcus? Why are you trying to upset me?
The word you're looking for is gentrified.
Gentrified. I saw the Orlando game. It was a late game. I do want to say that there is a contrast for all the people who are like, well, look at the attendance of NWSL and then look at the attendance of Super League. There is a big divide growing here of teams, of the big teams, most of the shiny new ones, selling out NFL stadium. And then there's everybody else. Racing had a very piss poor showing. Orlando Stadium was basically empty, although I think there was slightly a rain delay. So I think it's still very uneven across all soccer teams all across the country.
Keep in mind too, it's a busy weekend, a lot of activities going on, a lot of soccer games going on in a lot of places. So there's only so much resources people have, and so I even found a hard time trying to squeeze in some of these games, and I really enjoy this. So and I wasn't going to them. So
one quick thing before I'm gonna let Dennis rock out. I want to
let you finish.
I'm gonna let you finish, but Dennis had one of the greatest out. No, I'm just kidding. So I want to shout out to Boston. There you go, drink. It's hilarious. So they announced they had the highest attendance for any expansion squad at like 37,000. I find that funny because Boston Summit has already sold 50,000 tickets for their debut in like a week. So why even announce it? It's like, yo, we have the record for 24 hours.
I guess you want to build the hype and then you hope nobody else pays attention.
Marcus, I need to correct you there. Boston Legacy set the record, and then Denver Summit is going to break it again in like a week.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Did I mix that up?
You said Boston Summit. Yeah.
Sorry,
I just want to clarify for those that are listening.
Yeah,
but fair enough.
Yeah, but I find that funny. Like announcing that record, knowing it's going to be broken in like a week is funny. But yeah, go ahead. What games did you see? What do you any I know another note. I just saw that there was another record signing. So apparently Trinity opened the floodgates. Everyone's getting a record contract now. So
good.
I mean, that's good for them. So but yeah, Dennis, what are your thoughts on the league thus far?
So Portland and Trinity won. That's what I'm calling the Washington Spirit from now on. Is Trinity won because they've got Trinity Rodman and they're the Dallas Trinity's senior team at this point. It feels like the way the loans have been working. So that was a fun game. That was at Audi Field, like I just mentioned, same place where Trinity played DC Power the night before. DC Power Trinity was a gate of 18,000, and this match was 19 and change. So they sold out, I think, the lower bowl for this. And I don't know if the full 18,000 were asses and seats on Thursday. Probably not, but that was the distribution numbers, and it just is what it is. A lot of rust here. It's just the way the season goes, right? Open the season. I haven't played for a little while. There's been a lot of preseason matches, but you're going to get rust in the first one. Trinity Rodman looked good. Not her best performance, obviously, as they lost here. Portland played a great game, though, and even though Spirit were out up on the front foot, Portland were able to just get that goal and lock in and hold the lead. And then the other game I watched pretty intently was the Boston Legacy New York, New Jersey, Gotham game, as one would suspect that I am a Gotham fan.
Right.
But I just love the fact that we have a true and DC United, New England Revolution fans don't come for me, but this is the only true Boston, New York rivalry in soccer as far as I'm concerned right now.
The Revolution fans, they would agree with you here. It's New England would be the first ones to tell you that they don't have a real rival at this point, and it's disappointing.
Yeah, this is and it felt like it too, right? There was a little chippiness on the field. There was a little bit of bump and run football, and in true Boston fashion, in their first match ever, the Boston Legacy went down to 10 players in the second half.
Never change Boston. That's on brand. I love it. I love it.
True Boston fashion. But this was a good one, and Frisco's own Jaden Shaw did not get the assist, but she was part of the setup for that lone goal on the Gotham side. So she's having a hell of a year. It is the year of Jaden Shaw, as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, put some respect on Collin County.
That's it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
A lot of other great matches that I honestly have only seen some bits and pieces of, and I won't talk about in depth. But Angel City putting the smackdown on Chicago here. League is shaping up like it's gonna be a fun year.
Yeah. Before we end up leaving this, because I feel like we're about to go on to our next subject. I don't have an NWSL team, and I get a lot of guff for that nowadays. Mainly like you should support
Well,
women's
we don't have
soccer,
one
which
here,
I
so.
totally agree for. But my problem is I'm a homer, so I need someone, possibly someone who listens to this, to tell me if I pick an NWSL team, which one I should pick.
It's
Because I
Gotham
have
because
no
Jaden Shaw
idea.
plays there. I
I
told you
can't
that.
root for New York team. Sorry, boo.
They're you can pretend they're a you can pretend they're not a New York team. They're in Jersey.
Anyway, give me your bids. I'm taking offers, and I want to root
And
for
it's
your
not
team.
Houston.
And it won't be Houston.
So in mine, since I get to pick, like being an out of towner, the New Orleans Saints were my favorite NFL team because Louisiana has parishes and so does Jamaica. So it's just something arbitrary like that. As far as NWSL goes, racing because they're a USL club basically, and Kansas City because I like dynasties. Although they haven't won yet, so maybe they're not a dynasty.
Although I should say in defense, I think a pro Kansas City camp is if they built a sustainable model with a beautiful stadium.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that Tamara Bolt and Deb Abiodun both got minutes for the Washington Spirit this week too, so that might sway you a little bit.
Yeah, that's a tough call. It's hard to tell a Dallas sports fan to root for a Washington team, but we'll see.
I know, but you've also got Heather Stainbrook as
I am open to
it. Spirit
I'm
player
open
as well.
to it.
Keep that in mind too. So
yes, as WOSO as my
I will also say some Angel City supporters came out to a watch party for Trinity, so we'll see.
Angel City's got some sick kits.
Yeah, the kits we reviewed kits last week,
and they had a sick tifo this week too. A whole tarot card.
That's cool. Tarot card tifo is a good idea.
What's the Loteria? I don't know.
Yeah, call it Mexican bingo if you have to.
Yeah,
just call it
Mexican bingo.
Mexican bingo, yeah, for sure. We still here at this pod. I think I speak for you guys as well. Root for a women's Open Cup in the near future. That'd be great.
100%.
Get me more women's soccer, please.
Yes,
much needed.
We are looking. Another reason to root for Trinity is if they win the league, they get a CONCACAF spot, and I think that would be great for the city.
So fun.
We can actually get a competitive Mexican team to come up here and play. That would be great. All right. So yes, NWSL, unfortunately, I can't tell you where to watch these games because they have a layered TV deal, which I'm not mad at. It's just
Victory Plus, Prime, the NWSL app. There's like 40 different places, but just check it out.
I got a ton of notifications from Victory Plus to tell me to watch games this weekend.
Yeah.
From NWSL, I mean.
Yeah, and they also have a primetime women's soccer night or whatever it is on Ion Network, which is a broadcast network where you can get with an antenna in all top 50 markets, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Marcus, you got anything else for Dennis because he's about to bail?
No. Well, yes. Quick note here. So I just want you to comment on Cosmos Portland, and then you can leave.
Man, well, first of all, shout out to Bosi for being out there with the Cosmos supporters.
Oh, we should put a selfie up that he took.
Yeah, wish I could have been there. It looked like a lot of fun. I mean, look, Portland is a great club, and they showed up. They brought like 500 away supporters and did their thing. But I'm just happy the Cosmos are back. I'm just happy that fan base and look, I've been a fan of the game since my very, very early days of youth. I've watched the sport for a very long time, but Cosmos were what introduced me to supporter culture, and they will always hold a special place in my heart. So just happy to see that they're back.
Yes, indeed. Did y'all see any other games this weekend for championship or USL 1 or not?
I have seen mostly highlights. I had a unfortunately very busy Saturday.
By the way, and I don't know the exact numbers, and this isn't the last thing I say before I run out of here, but the combined USL debuts this week of Cosmos and Brooklyn, I think, drew close to 9,500 fans between the two games. So,
sick.
New York soccer fucking rules. Deuces.
Me. All right, man. See you later. Thanks.
Now that Dennis is gone, I can't defend it.
I mean, he's not wrong. There's 5.
I mean, no, I'm obviously kidding,
teams?
other than the fact that they murdered 2 leagues, but that's a whole other discussion. The Cosmos game was so much fun to watch. It's cool to see that brand come back, despite all the jokes I make about it. But God, those kits look terrible.
Oh, they look with
with
the
the
logo
silver
on it.
numbers.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
god, it
Yeah,
looks
the
so bad.
silver Ion Bank,
It
which
looked
I'm not sure
really
is a real
bad,
bank.
man.
Yeah, I was just like that.
The stadium didn't look as cool as I wanted it to look, but you know, that's okay. It's a repurposed historical field. I can get over it for that.
Yeah.
That's the
Actually
Negro League
historic,
one, right?
not Texoma historic. Actual historic, not
Oh,
Texoma.
actual historic, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
Negro League one, right?
Yes, that is the Negro League /
Yeah.
multiple other things that have been
Yeah.
helping that
The
venue.
only real complaint I had about that is the camera angles suck, but that just happens.
So here's the thing: the
You
camera
deal
angle
with
was great up until they were pointing towards the supporters group. So I don't know, based on the
Oh, it
baseball.
was way too low to enjoy the tactics.
Fair enough, but it could being a baseball Premier League
Yeah.
stadium. The
Yep.
other camera angle is the opposite
Right.
side of the field, which would have been
Right.
terrible.
And that's it. We saw the Brooklyn one. All right. I'll take this.
Oh, for this is Brooklyn is the. I'm genuinely hoping they take advice and they don't do that again.
All right, that was
Uh,
horrifying, man. But yeah, I
I
mean,
will
you're
say-
working out of an old baseball stadium. It is what it is.
Yeah, so I will say the only issue I had with the angle, because I don't really mind, it wasn't so low as in to be like straight on. The only issue I had is for some reason they have a net in the outfield. So on the big, like if when the camera panned to the left to where the 5 points were,
Yeah.
really good spot for those guys. You get to see one pole, and then I saw a picture of it. And I'm like, no, there's a row of poles on that side where the net is,
Yeah.
but it's the outfield. And
But
I'm like,
they don't-
I've been to a lot of baseball stadiums,
What?
a lot of minor league ones. I've never seen netting in the outfield.
Now that you mention it,
Um,
yeah, I didn't even realize. Yeah, that was the outfield. That makes no sense.
Yeah, so I was just like, yo, this is trash. I don't do that again.
Yeah, holy cow.
But no, yeah, Brosi was out there. He sent me some really good pictures. I'm not even gonna try with my internet right now to do anything with that.
Yeah.
But it was, decent turnout. Hearts HOP showed up. I think they said 500. That's probably 500 that traveled with them, not 500 people who actually ended up going, because I think they were the loudest. Even on TV, you could hear them.
Stadium was a bit thinner than I expected.
It was the stadium holds just north of 7,500. They announced just north of 4,000. So in my eyeball
I guess
test,
I expected them to sell more, is really what I mean.
I didn't really. I was hoping for about
Okay.
5.
Okay. I don't know
they
why I
did
expected to sell that. I just figured with the Cosmos brand and Portland traveling.
Yeah, but they didn't really. They promoted locally. So like in Patterson, apparently they had a bunch of billboards. So I'm not quite sure. I know they said they want to be hyper local, which in their case is New Jersey, but you got to go across the water to do something.
I mean, 4's good though, right? If you keep pulling 4, we'll see.
Yes, I mean they'll get a couple of bigger games. So Westchester, they don't draw a lot, but I think just crosstown rivals.
Right.
They also play a USL Cup game against Brooklyn, so that will also help.
Oh, I didn't know that. That'll be awesome.
And unfortunately, we'll have to wait till next season when they qualify for the Open Cup, and then they'll probably get an MLS team, and that will help. So
that'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, but 4,000 is respectable. 4,000 will pay the bills.
And that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, that keeps the lights on.
Yeah, especially the way they got the lease deal for that. They got that stadium relatively cheap because the city wants to use it. Apparently, Jackal games aren't really blowing the doors down either. So 4,000 is actually is really nice. Yeah. So other notes this weekend for USL.
Yeah, let me know what you watched.
Yeah, Corpus is my adopted team. I'm actually going down there for opening day.
Ooh, don't tell that to those Salina boys, those rodeo clowns.
Oh yeah, the 27th for their branding / logo announcement. So looking forward to that.
They've already decided to hit Corpus Christi. So,
I mean, it's their local one. I mean, San Antonio will be our rival until Oklahoma City gets here. So at least for 1 year, Atletico, San Antonio. Either way, that will be a fun I-35, whatever.
Honestly, San Antonio will be a really fun one.
Yes. So what else did I watch? Louisville, obviously. Anything with a soccer specific stadium, I watch.
Yeah.
Westchester is terrible because they have they have lacrosse lines, soccer lines, football lines, all different colors.
Oh,
that pisses me off to no end.
I've seen those before. That's awful.
The baseball ones I don't mind as much, but that specific field is trash. I watched Monterey. I thought Leggett would get some minutes. He didn't, which I understand. They just signed him.
Yeah, he's only been there like a week, right? Realistically.
Yeah, last week. So, yeah, but And you know what's funny? I look at this list now, and so many of these teams actually have their own stadium.
It's
Right?
great.
It's this. Yeah, it's
Question
pretty
for
cool.
you: Are Louisville legit?
You know, they are. Let's put it this way: their fans are asking to change the rules because they're great in the regular season and they suck in the postseason. So that should tell you everything you need to know about that. They're like, we should get a bye or what? They're trying to get further into the playoffs.
Yeah. That's
I think
American
this
soccer,
year,
baby.
yeah, I was like, I think this year they're going to do what they always do. They're going to win the league. It's whether or not they can lock it down for 3 or 4 games to win the whole thing. Right? The playoffs aren't long. It's not like MLS. We're not doing best of 3 anything. It's just
Right.
one and done. But no, they're really good. They invest, and I think that's a frustration that's coming along with a lot of USL fans with the labor issue that continues to go on with the minutes delay at the beginning of every game, with the television broadcast not even showing the first minute. They pan to the fans or whatever, even though the clock's counting. It's a weird setup that they're.
It is really weird, man.
Yeah, but so yeah, that's the issue that a lot of fans are having, is that you have the Louisvilles and the Switchbacks and the teams that have money and are investing, and the players have no issue. And then you have the others, which we're not going to mention, but the others who aren't. And that's the thing about negotiating as a union with a bunch of different people, is that you can't negotiate with the top guy, because Louisville will be like, sure, what you're asking for is not an impossible. That's easy.
Right.
But then you have I'll use this one example. Then you have the Las Vegas Lights, who's ran by former baseball great. He's rich because baseball players are all rich because all their contracts are guaranteed. But he's not so rich where he can throw good money after bad, right? The Lights are actually my team next year that will fold, because the city they're in a converted baseball stadium owned by the city of Las Vegas.
Right.
Unfortunately, the city of Las Vegas is broke, so they just sold that to a developer who's going to knock it down to build apartments. So this is the last year for the Lights to be in that building, and there's nowhere else in Vegas for them to play.
The worst thing about that to me is the Lights have consistently been one of the coolest brands in this league.
Yes.
They were the first soccer team in the US to have a cannabis night. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate, and unless something changes, I mean, they can always find a parking lot and do a modular stadium. That is a possibility. But
yeah,
again,
I don't want to lose that brand. That would suck.
Losing that market for USL would be stupid. So especially if Reno is supposed to join next year. So if you get Reno and lose the Lights, that seems stupid, because obviously
that's a bummer.
Yeah. So, but we'll see. It's early in the year. A bunch of stadiums are supposed to break ground this summer. That's the quotation marks. We'll see how that goes. But either way, this is week 2. There's going to be a bunch of, I guess they're front loading their schedule, because like next week there's a bunch of Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, this week is Open Cup, which we would then bring up right now. Actually, let me talk.
Yep.
So this week is Open Cup, which means that USL is going to have a bunch of Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday games going on there.
Yeah, I only know of one of the games for sure.
So here we go. First round, although it's not really the first round. I guess it's the first televised round. This is where the professionals come in. I don't know why they worded it this way. It's actually the 6th round because of qualifying. But yeah, so March 17th, so tomorrow or today, because that's when we're going to put it out, the 17th through the 19th, Paramount Plus, Golasso, or YouTube. I think Golasso and Paramount Plus come once MLS kicks in, so you won't get any of those on those channels. But the YouTube for the USS Soccer or US Soccer will have all these games. So go for that. But yeah, go ahead. What games are you looking forward to?
Well, I haven't really looked at the whole slate, so I'm scrolling as I go here. But the first one that I see that's looks really fun is Vermont Green versus Portland Hearts of Pine.
Yes, that's going to be a sellout.
Yeah, Westchester versus Loudon.
Mm-hmm.
And for personal investment, I'm going to watch El Paso Laredo, but can't imagine Laredo's got a team worth looking at. I don't want to talk trash, but yeah, a lot of these are big team versus a smaller team in a similar market. I think you're going to get a lot of, for the small teams, hopefully some traveling fans, and hopefully it's just really bitter because they got something to prove. Farolito and Sacramento. Always a good one to think about. Yeah, I think those are about the main ones I'm looking forward to. Hope for
Actually,
some upsets like usual.
I wanna congratulate America's CFL Spurs for their passage to the second round.
Yeah.
For all the people who don't get that joke, their opponent
Yeah.
no longer exists, so they get a nice little pass.
I like that it's showing them with a 1-0 victory, by the way, on my app.
I thought forfeits were 3-0. 3-0. I guess it doesn't really matter because
I'm
this
just
isn't
laughing that it's showing
yeah.
them as that. I think it is a 3-0, right? Hey, but
Yeah.
shout out, you made it to the next round. Who cares about the asterisk? Let's go.
Yeah, there's to be honest, these lineups are just not giving me I understand why they're doing it, but they're not giving me a lot of hope here for any like decent games.
Yeah, I just think unfortunately at this level, like we don't know that much about the teams unless they made a splash like Vermont Green, right?
I mean, yeah,
Or
we know the usual.
Farolito.
Yeah, we know the usual little guys
Yeah.
like Little Rock Rangers against Tulsa. That's a good game. Yeah, Farolito. Red Force is actually a really good Florida team.
Okay.
Motown is a really good team that used to be an NPS or used to be one of the teams we thought would go pro, but not so much. Asheville City is actually in the process if they can get University of North Carolina, Asheville is actually trying to build a soccer stadium for the college, and Asheville
no
City
joke.
would
That's
be
awesome.
playing in that. Unfortunately, the site that they chose is a open park, and the residents protested, so it's on hold as of right now. They're ones with ambitions and an owner with the capability of going professional. So that's a 2028 type of thing. But yeah, I'm looking at the rest of them. Even at the Detroit City, Michigan Rangers, I've never heard of.
I have, but that's only because I live there.
Because you live up, yeah. Steel City, I know who's going to play Pittsburgh. That's a team I know. Yeah, Farolito versus Sacramento is going to be a really good game. That might be the one, or not might be. That will be the one. I'll be at work, but at 9 p.m. I will be tuning in for that. Yeah, but with this truncated schedule, oh, and then New York Renegades, which is actually gonna, I think, transition into. No, is it New York? Or no, sorry, it's New York Islanders. No, it is Renegades. They're. I think it's the same ownership group that wants to be an MLS Next Pro. They're the one bringing the one to Long Island. I think so. So yeah, that's it. You know, no big games. Hopefully, Chattanooga and Chattanooga get through so that they'll play each other. I think that will be next round. Chattanooga versus Chattanooga. I want that to be a regular game. They need to figure out a way to make that a friendly or something,
right?
Every year.
Look, the cup gets more interesting next round. It usually does. That's not to take away from these other teams, but at the end of the day, I think we found in the Open Cup that the teams that go past this round are the ones that invested in moving past this round, and like they go whole hog on this, right? Again, teams like Farolito.
You know what I find funny? If all the amateur sides win, the America CFL Spurs will win $50,000, having not kicked the ball as the highest ranked amateur squad. So
that's
everybody
incredible.
else loses.
It could happen.
Oh, that would be funny. Like, yo, let's send us a check. We didn't even play. Oh, that's crazy.
Oh my god! Imagine cashing that check. How good that would feel.
I mean, there's still some
I earned this.
Vermont Green is quality enough to beat Hearts of Pine.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch that one. I bet that's gonna be a full house. I bet it'll be loud. That one will be fun.
Yeah, part of me wish they'd have flipped that, but I get why. I guess I understand why Vermont got it. It's also not. It's not NPSL time, so a lot of these amateur squads are not even in season unless you're a UPSL team, and even then, you're only in like your second week.
Yeah, no, you're definitely not informed yet. That's for sure. Unless you've been working specifically for this game, it's
Yeah, for sure. But yes, as always here, we recommend supporting local soccer at all costs.
Watch the cup, man. It's a good tournament. I don't care who's in it. It's a good tournament.
Yeah. So I had my camera muted the whole time because it was glitching, and I'm like, you know what? We'll just use the bandwidth for audio and call.
Yeah, the internet's been an issue. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So Open Cup, obviously J League is still going on. I watch games. I'm not really that invested because it's a cup. It's a Disney Cup fake thing because they're changing their schedule. So, and you can tell.
Hey, credit to them for owning it though. Like,
yes, they promote it like
pretending it's this ridiculous thing. Like, no, man, it's a weird tournament. Enjoy it.
Yes, And you can kind of tell because the recently promoted team, Jeff United and the other one, they spent
Chiba.
almost no money, and I'm pretty sure they're getting. You can show like they're playing their Division 2 team at Division 1, and they're getting absolutely handed to them. So,
Hey, breaking news, by the way, Musa was just named player of the match day.
I mean, the Hattrick
Shocker.
King,
Shocker.
like the Hattrick King doing what he's doing. Let me see what the table looks like here. J League, the Antlers are up 5 wins, 1 draw, 16 points. Wow, FC Tokyo actually doesn't suck. That's crazy. Yeah, Jeff United, 6 games, 5 points. So like you're playing you're playing your Division 2 squad. The other promoted squad has not won a game. They've gotten 2 draws and 3 losses.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, watch it
Yeah.
and enjoy it, take it
Yeah.
as it is.
If you're a night owl like the rest of us and you're up
Right.
at between 11 and 2 in the morning, go ahead and turn on YouTube and have a blast at it.
Root for
Yeah,
anybody but the Red Diamonds, okay?
Anyone except Tokyo Verde as an FC Dallas fan because their kits look just like Austin. So
Okay, I would say anybody but Tokyo Verde and anyone but the Red Diamonds.
Fair enough.
I just know everyone in Japan hates the Red Diamonds, unless they're a Red Diamonds fan.
Fair. Obviously, FC Tokyo has a special place in my heart. I have the scarf right here. That was the game we saw. One of the games we saw. That was absolutely beautiful. If I live long enough, I will definitely be going back to Japan.
They play at Toyota Stadium. Come on.
Do they? Is that the name of the stadium?
Yeah, at least it used to be Toyota Stadium. It might not be anymore.
Oh, okay.
But it was up until like a year ago, I think.
That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
No, it's Animoto Stadium. Now, granted, that's the official stadium. It might be sponsored into being Toyota Stadium. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what else you got, Marcus?
No, I think that's about it. Watch local soccer, YouTube, US soccer YouTube channel for Open Cup. We look forward to all those games. Again, if you're up late, it's actually it's a full day of soccer if you really have time, right? Because you start off in the East Coast and then end out in Sacramento for the 9 to 11 game. So.
Yeah, if you're a sicko, you just have a game on all day. It's great.
For sure. And
you don't have to watch them. Just have them on.
Yeah, just put them on. So they get the numbers and they promote it like it needs to be done. Again, I think winning 50,000 having not kicked the ball would be the most genius thing to have ever happened. Like, thank you, sir.
I feel like a life hack.
Yeah, here's my PO box. Send that to me immediately. So we'll see y'all at tailgate. The Cannon hopefully comes home. We play Houston. Fuck Houston as usual. Trinity. What did you say? Wednesday, right?
Wednesday at 7:30. We should be tailgating by like 4:30, I think.
Wednesday for a Trinity game. Yeah. Let's cheer on the Golden Girls while we look for a home playoff game. I mean, Lexington's going to be difficult to overpass, and Jacksonville's kind of out of here at this point. So if we can get a second place in a home playoff game, because again, to win this league, you only need to win 2 games, right? Semifinal, final. That's it. Yep. So give yourself a chance. Especially, I know the owners would really love that because they're really good. I will give them credit.
I want to do shots with the Neils again.
Exactly, they're really good at promoting like one-off games, and I think a playoff run would do them really good. So
absolutely.
Ladies and gents, thanks again for listening. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I will be calling Spectrum right after this. But until then, support local breweries, support local soccer. Guardians out.